right, next topic is earlier this week, Sony has come out with a whole list of release dates and delays as well. Majority of these delays is unfortunately due to the SAG-AFTRA strikes. So I'll just spit out a few major ones. So Madam Web comes out on Feb 14th next year. The Ghostbusters sequel was originally supposed to come out December this year. Now it's March 29th next year. Bad Boys 4 is coming out on June 14th next year. Venom 3 has a release date. It's July 12th next year. Kraven the Hunter was supposed to come out in, I think, October or November this year.
Yeah.
It's now been delayed to August 30th next year. It's a big delay. Karate Kid, that's been announced for, that's a Karate Kid reboot, not Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith's one. It's December 13th, 2024. And the one that we all saw coming was Beyond the Spider-Verse, and that has been delayed too. No one knows because they haven't released a date for it yet. So that one, I think that one stings the most because like everything else has a date. But this is just definitely, it could be next year, could be the year after, or the year after, or the year after. So who knows? I think it goes to show that they didn't do that much work on this.
Yeah.
Which is why they have an indefinite date. But what are your thoughts on these delays?
The Spider-Verse one, I think we all saw it coming, regardless of our disappointment. With the Beyond the Spider-Verse, something that does give me hope is that I saw the reasoning for it was about that the actors couldn't come in and do voice work due to the SAG-AFTRA strike. And it makes me wonder if that's all they got left is just voice recording. And if so, once these things are wrapped up, then actors can get in there and go and do the voice recording for it. And, you know, it could still hit the 2024 year. I don't think it will. And that's just something I picked up from that reasoning that gives me a little bit of hope that it's just, you know, that kind of stuff. And obviously some finishing touches on the animation, but at least hopefully the bulk of it's done. This is really not a movie that you want to delay very long at all. You want this to come out as soon as possible.
To capitalize on the hype.
Exactly, yeah. Because after a year or so, it's really gonna dissipate in terms of the amount of interest that is with it, because it has a lot right now. It has a lot of momentum. So yeah, they need to do that as soon as possible without obviously jeopardizing the quality of the film.
Yeah.
I don't care about Madam Web. I don't care about Ghostbusters, Bad Boys 4. Karate Kid, don't care about that one either, but that one could be interesting. The Kraven the Hunter, they nearly dropped back a whole year.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why, because
it's mostly finished, right? Oh, well, it had to be if it's due to release in like a couple months' time.
Yeah, I don't know what I think they're just going to keep it in a vault for a certain amount of time. That might be the wise move to do it now that I'm thinking about it, because you need to market this movie because it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like it can attract an audience. So you need to find a way to market it in a very interesting way and get people into the seats. You can't do that without having your stars there. So I get that move. Because I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's one of the driving forces to people wanting to see this. So yeah. And Venom 3 got its release date. People were thinking that it was going to be Spider-Man 4. And it never was. Venom 3 was always the one that was going to be coming. But yeah, Spider-Man 4 the script's not even done yet, so it's going to be a while away. But Venom 3, I don't know what they're doing with it now. Like, because we had the end of Venom 2, which showed him going into the MCU, and then the end of Spider-Man, he goes back to the Sony verse, right?
Yeah, and then I think a bit of the symbiote stays behind.
Yeah, and if it's just Venom 3, I don't really care about it that much. We've already had the Tom Hardy experience of him playing Venom, and it was really fun to see an actor of his caliber take on such a weird character. Yeah. So that part's gone, and we saw the Carnage one. I hope it's just like not another Venom movie, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they really should have tied it to Spider-Man for the third one, because you can't really have Venom without a direct opposite. Because Venom's not a good guy; he's a bad guy. He's a villain. And
he's an anti-hero.
Yeah, but he's mainly a villain.
He's on the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics. He's a part of the team, and they're good.
Sure. They're full of misfits, that group.
Pardon? Yeah. I hope he's on the MCU Guardians next.
That would actually be pretty hype. As in the new Guardians.
Yeah.
That'd actually be pretty hype.
That'd be cool, yeah. But yeah, what do you think about these release dates?
I'm with you on the fact that I don't care about all of them except for Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Poor Sony, eh?
Yeah. It's just, Madam Web, we already know that's going to be like Morbius 2.0. We haven't seen anything. We haven't heard anything. There's no
Craven.
No footage. Craven as well. That's going to be shit. That's going to be Morbius 2.0. Hell, it could be New Mutant territory if they keep delaying it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone cares about Bad Boys 4 ever since the slap. Karate Kid, who cares? We've already had 3 good ones. Just leave it alone. Ghostbusters, it's a dying franchise. So, yeah. Venom 3, we pretty much discussed it before. Like, it'll be interesting to see what narrative they go through for this one. Who knows? That might relate to Spider-Man. It could be about the symbiote in the MCU.
Yeah.
Could be loosely one. Who knows? But yeah, Beyond the Spider-Verse is I think it's the big main talking point about this one. And you're completely right how they want to release the film ASAP. Because could you imagine if Infinity War came out and then Endgame got delayed indefinitely? Everyone's hype, especially the way that film ended on that cliffhanger.
Yeah,
everyone will be so annoyed and antsy, and I feel majority of the public will be out there with the strikers,
Yeah, 100%.
telling them to bring out this movie ASAP and pay these guys what they're worth. But yeah, if you leave it for a couple years, then everyone's going to be like, what happened in Across the Spider-Verse again?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So you sort of do need to capitalize within that 12 to 18 month window.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. You forgot the other Sony delay though. Gran Turismo.
Oh, yes, I did. That
got delayed 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That means it's 2 weeks off Oppenheimer. We get in.
Yes.
I think that that's a smart delay.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see their comment about why they delayed that movie by 2 weeks? It was like, oh, we can't have our stars promote this movie, but we can have the audience promote our movie.
Yeah, from Sony. And then everyone's just shitting on them and be like, no, you can just pay your writers and actors a fair wage.
Yeah. So
I think the best way for audiences to promote the movie is not to go see it. I think if everyone could get on board with that and not see this film as it's just pretty shit for Gran Turismo, as in the actors that did act in it, no one going to see their film, but you're making a statement to make things better. So sorry, Gran Turismo, you're the scapegoat in making Hollywood better.
Poor Gran Turismo. It's got so much pressure on its shoulders now.
So, but yeah, that's another can of worms for another time, I think. Sony's comments.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of the